Hi, Claire here from Inky Inspiration. Today we're creating this triple floating panel card. It needs no special dies, just a pair of scissors and a bit of patience. It's not difficult to do. You don't need to be doing drawings. You could be using patterned paper, anything for this, bit of stamping. Don't need a die machine, so I'll show you how to create it. So we're going to start with two pieces of card. These measure 9.5 by 4.5, and I want you to score this at 2 3/8. 3, 4 3/4, and 7 1/8. Now I know these are a bit of odd measurements. I will explain why later. Spin it round so it's on its short side and put a tiny mark at 2 1/4 on both ends. I then need you to take a pencil and ruler, and you're going to draw yourself some guidelines from this mark at the 2 1/4 to the end of this score line here, because you're going to cut this part away. See if you can see it better that way. You take a big sharp pair of scissors and you're going to cut this away. So just cut straight up that pencil line that you've just drawn. And I want you to do that on both sides. Leave you with a bit of an odd shaped piece of card. Like so, and you need 2 of those. So we're going to put our mats and layers on here. Our silver stripe measures 2 by 4 1/4, and our patterned paper measures 1 3/4 by 4. I'm just going to use some liquid glue to adhere them together. The patterned paper is a digital paper from Halloween called Halloween 2, and it's by Polka Doodles. I can't remember how many papers are in the digital file, and this is like the middle of the paper that I'm using. There's like dark writing around the edges, but because I only want a little bit of it, I thought it'd look better just having the pumpkins. It's quite a busy card anyway. I don't think it needs much else on it, and I'm just going to glue that into there. So you want to fold them in opposite directions. This one wants to be a mountain, a valley, and then with this one you want a mountain, a valley, and a valley. And what you're going to do is these two are going to go together here. So I said earlier that I was using odd measurements, and that's because I messed up when I first originally stamped my images, which are Sweet November stamps, A Wee Bit Wicked. And I stamped them and I thought, oh, I'll use my stitch edged square dies. So I did, but these measure 2 5/8, so they're an odd number to start with, which then meant that I had to make the card base an odd number to match. So I have stamped up 3 images and I've coloured them. For those that don't know my background, I do absolutely love my Copic markers and find colouring quite relaxing, so they've been done off camera. So in order to make them the mats and the layers here, I've got a piece of silver card which measures 3 1/4, piece of black card which is 3 by 3. These are all in inches. And then my 2 5/8 image of my little witch. Right, so what we're going to do now is, it's going to be my moon one that's going to go in the middle. I'm going to bob some glue on here. And this is what's going to hold the 2 pieces together, so you want to make sure that it's fairly decent glue you're using. And then line it up so that point comes to this point. Like so. If your lines aren't quite straight, don't worry, you can trim it off from the back side. I'm just going to trim that little bit there. Like so. You're going to put glue on this piece as well and do exactly the same. So then you're just going to put glue on this half. And then line that up like so. Like I said, this one's much easier to get on because you're only gluing it on half, and you're going to do exactly the same on this part here. So put my glue on, and then stick it down. So there you have it. It will fold, so it will go in an envelope. But a fun Halloween card, and like I said, this can be used for absolutely anything. You don't need to be good at colouring, you don't need to want to colour it. Any stamp, any paper, it just works really, really well. Thank you ever so much for watching. I really hope you like that, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.